taxes in decades, and new infrastructure.
How about we go to Joseph, Mr. Wilhelms?
I was waiting on the last name.
There he is.
There he is.
Well, moderator, where do I start?
Well, now, do you have anything from way back in the day, or you're a little further along for what you have to show, a little further along in development?
Well, I put some stuff in here. Let me share my screen.
All right. And UnderEarth wasn't originally the storyline that it is now, correct? It was something different?
No, I mean, it's always been, it's always been the same thing, just like, people underground, supposed to be doing work, things fall apart. I don't know why, I'm just really interested in, things going bad, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. I get wrapped up in stories of things just going really wrong. Like I read this long ass article over Target's venture into Canada and just all the things that went wrong with it. And I don't know what my fascination is with it, but it's just like they spent, $1 billion to put all these plans together and to go up there into Canada to try to, make Target big up there, and the whole thing just failed. It failed. Billions of dollars was lost. People that were in charge got fired. Nothing went right, even though it had all this money behind it and professionals and.
I can't imagine that. I love Target.
Yeah, they just a lot of things went really wrong. Just with a lot of conversions, I think, of money and
Oh.
Here's what the lower blocks look like when we first started.
Mm-hmm.
It's all put together with these tiles that John hates now because they were like the first tiles that he made.
Oh my, yeah. And even though I've gone in and made new tiles over and over again, he still uses those. I don't know why. He likes them a little bit, I guess.
Sentimental value.
Yeah,
It's
well, it all started with BSP, which are just these binary space partitions that UK builds. They're basically nothing but a piece of geometry. But then I went through and replaced it all with static meshes because that's way more expensive. But it helped put everything into a modular sense so it could be broken down and shifted out for the pieces whenever they would come. That's all still BSP, I think.
Now, this view that we're seeing of the lower blocks, is this taken from inside the pit that's dug out where everything's built?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically all there, like the block out is, but none of it has like anything in it. It's all just a bunch of these tiles that John hates.
Right.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What?
And I just realized that I completely forgot to do Zombie versus Toolbox.
Yeah, you skipped right over. Well, I can make that part of my my thing, I guess. And then here's a more recent shot of the lower blocks with, actually rocks and
right.
Pain. The tiles that John hates so much. Oh, look.
Nope, there they are. There they are.
What is that? I think that's so they're not all. Wait.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. There's some more.
Yeah. Okay, so there's probably only 1,000 or so in this screenshot.
So we just need to go close-ups of them and take picture and send them to John. Like, make cards and be like, missing you.
Here they are. That's all part of it. So like the layout hasn't changed, but the silhouettes have. The water plant is actually,
Looks like a plant instead of just the
before
building.
it was just a bunch of squares put together. I don't know what the hell this T-bird top is on it, but it all made sense at the time. This is basically what I do the majority of the time, is just like fill up my walls with a bunch of stuff that makes it seem like I'm insane.
That's okay.
Or that I'm trying to solve some like crime of the century. I have like strings connecting things, and I do a lot of Kismet stuff, so it's way easier to do a sequence in Kismet, which is like how all the things, explode or break or suffocate the player, whatever. All that's done through object-oriented programming, which is really just connecting strings to like, boxes. But doing it on a whiteboard first or on paper or whatever makes it so much simpler, because you have an idea of how it's supposed to go. It never goes the way it's supposed to, but
Right. But at least you had the idea.
right. Well, and I always think, it's probably right or wrong. Those two things. But yeah, I always take pictures of my whiteboards before I erase them, because I didn't do that for the longest time, and then I ended up with like, wait a minute, what the hell was I supposed to do?
Oh, man.
Always growing list of things to do. When Joseph came up here a couple of times, I would catch him with my magic markers over there trying to cross shit off the list. I think he liked the power that it had. To take something off of our checklist. Like, well, that's done. What's next? That's sort of his catchphrase. Is like, what's next?
I thought kickstart it was his catchphrase.
That's his second catchphrase.
Oh, okay.
And I do the same thing for level layouts.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Instead of just going in and, trying to throw shit together to see how it's going to look, I first come up with
the actual layout.
Design that makes sense, and then try to propagate that with bullshit square props that later I will get the props from the artist. There's the first sketch of the hive, which this is my favorite part, is all this stuff that I scribbled over. So I'm not an artist.
Obviously.
But I know I can make lines on a paper that mean something to me, and I think poor John and Allison both has got several of these like things that I'm like, just zoom in and then you'll be able to read what it says. So they're trying to, transcribe all this shit that I don't know what that says. Two
pipe from energy reactor.
Yeah. That sounds like some kind of like 80s
two
romance movie.
That's
that's the oxygen garden.
The thermal energy reclaim array.
There you go.
Known as the Terra.
There you go. See, we can read. It's not that bad. It's legible-ish.
Yeah, that was one of the original things from the Terra. Yeah.
I had a updated or an old version of that. Oh, here's some really old. No, they're not all that old. Oh, there's the upper facilities, like in the block out phase. The Terra doesn't have.
There's those tiles again. Ah, there's the reactor.
John's phallus is exposed. The oxygen garden doesn't have a roof either.
Wow.
How hard would that have been to put in? And the hive was just made up.
And what I like is that, and I didn't go through every image that Joseph threw into my folder in my spiel, but one of the things I like in here is that he specifically put in a screenshot of that tile, like, here's the material, here's the mesh up in the view. I'm like, oh. Or is that the wall that was
Oh
very
yeah,
similar to it?
that's. But look at this
Or
tile.
it's so-
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, the rainbowing effect is really cool on it.
Well, and this isn't even like the same as it looks in game. I mean, it's a wonderful tile. Like it looks like kind of fabric and metal at the same time.
Yeah.
And like dirty and also sterile. I'll build the whole fucking game out of it.
You do that, and I'm gonna go get rich off the Zombies versus Toolbox.
I'm sure somebody would be into that. Yeah, that's something that John didn't really touch on is the dedication in this whole team to like trolling. I think
Yes.
Eric's the only one that's polite enough to not get too involved with it. But I can't even remember how it exactly started. And other than the Toolbox has been an infamous character because of its ability to come to life and try to kill us.
Oh, yes.
I don't
The
know.
uncut extra X-ray
Yeah.
Turbo X Gold, a Wanky
Rated
Waynick
director.
production.
Show him the Blu-ray. Show him the Blu-ray. This is an actual
This was
Easter
thrown
egg in
together by me or Joseph, I think, or maybe
That
both.
was you.
That
was you.
And then, so while we was having that meeting, John quickly threw together an asset for the game, which is Zombie vs. Toolbox, the Blu-ray edition.
Does that say, eerie and erotic? I thought it said effervescent for a second. I was like, effervescent
effervescent and
erotic?
erotic. Yeah.
Erotic.
Iridescent.
Erotic,
Yes, and this is my horrible actual drawing skills that are terrible.
Yeah,
I'll just
so
stick to
I didn't
3D
have-
modeling.
I didn't have to wait any time at all on that model. That came about like during a session of something. See, here's proof that John has to look at my sketches. This is him putting together the turbine. It doesn't have any legs yet, but way too many references.
Yeah, see those the sketches on the paper, the lined paper.
Mm-hmm.
That was the concept art that I got. It's like, here, make this look cool.
Yeah, look, and I mean it
a tube.
maintains some of it.
Look at the design on that and the detail. Possible turbine. Or pressure
turbine.
Yeah, pressure turbine. Heat in, electric
I
out.
like this one the best. It's just like a hot dog with a spiral in the middle.
Oh, it is.
It's excellent.
I like your picture right there, too.
Oh yeah, that's the face I make like throughout any of the meetings. It's just like, come on, guys.
Yeah, and there's Marin before he stopped eating and lost all that weight.
He's stricken from the record.
Now,
I was trying to find an original, like what was the stand-in core, because it's been changed many times from like the first game. The core was just really a square box that had water in it that you had to dive into for some reason. And then this is what's in the game, which is just beautiful. And this is before like any of the special specular coloring. What is this from? Marmoset, John?
Yeah, I think I rendered that out of Marmoset.
I mean, you can just tell the detail on it. Like, you can look at it and see that it's got texture to it. Like, if you were to rub your hands on it, it would be like that grainy, beat up. There's rust there. It looks so good.
Yeah, his models are a constant distraction for us level designers because when we come across,
we're like ooh,
something. Yeah, now we're just too busy like looking at the normal mapping and the UV layout for it and trying to figure out why it looks as good as it does.
Speaking of UV layouts, another thing we didn't touch on was the kitchen that I crammed the entire kitchen environment into one texture.
Oh yeah, it's a full kitchenette, like coffee pot, microwave, cabinets, refrigerator, a sink, some coffee stains on the countertop. All that's all part of this. What is it? A 1024 or is it a 2048? Either way, 0 to 1.
It's 2048,
which has some crazy Tetris work in it. I can actually pull that up on here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how much time I spent trying to put that together. What was it?
There's one from it. So let me see. That's only going to be part of the UV layout. Where's the material?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let's see.
Here we go. So this material using this texture.
Ah.
And that texture is everything. So there's the microwave, bits of a coffee pot, the sink, countertop, coffee stain, cabinets, some more staining. All of this fits in one nice little package that I'm sure he was like playing Tetris long into the night trying to figure out how to fit all of this into the zero. Hey, is that the ice making machine? It is.
Yeah.
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 Fridge.
Yeah, the fridge, you can actually open the door and there's like an ice maker inside the. Yeah.
Yeah, that's behind the microwave, something that you'll never see, and it's like all sorts of crazy connections and electronics. The player will never see that. I mean, they would have to like, rip a model out of the game to see it, and
But it's there.
it is there.
It had to be.
I
mean,
think
it
that
just had to
helps
be.
John sleep at night, that knowing that it's there.
Probably.
And then John at one time could not find the infirmary, even though it's not like UnderEarth is a huge world. There's just really like 13 sections on top and then 15 sections on the bottom. A year and a half in, he doesn't know where the infirmary is. So I sent him this picture, the big arrow, and I took a picture of my cork board, like the original design for everything. I have a red arrow there it is. And then probably the best one is a screenshot from him playing Battlefield 4. There's his gamer tag. His guy knows where it is.
Yeah.
It's right there, John.
The amount of trolling that goes on is hilariously wonderful.
This game would have been done a year ago had we had just like stopped with the trolling, maybe.
Yeah, but that is really good.
Actually, I was just messing around in my project folder here, and I found the original, or I'm sorry, not the original, but the textures for the redesigned footlocker for the bed.
Oh yeah,
And it's like, wow, yeah.
the side by side.
Not side by side.
We had that somewhere though.
We did.
On Facebook,
Yeah.
I think. This
Shit.
is the 2010 version of UnderEarth, or maybe early 2011.
That was the old.
Yeah, there's the hub. No, wait,
There's-
that's the infirmary.
It moved.
I found it though. It's right there.
It's got a big red cross on it.
That's the hub. So this was only made up of 7 sections. But
That's the
same
old
basic
logo
concept.
too. That was a literal. That's the old logo.
Right,
That's a
so
literal
right on the
cracker.
nose,
The jack.
that's a cracker and then a jack. Oops. Yeah, and there's the cots that John made in the foot locker. There's an open pit of lava down there, which seems like a work hazard.
Well, I mean, it could be. If you
just
survive
like,
the fall,
you guys are gonna be working next to like a lava pool. Is that cool? Like, don't trip
you
or
don't.
fall down this like steep hill.
Well, don't trip anywhere if you're outside any of the buildings, because you're probably not going to live through it.
That's
Probably
the
not.
Whoa, that's a crazy room.
No, we actually have those.
This is what happens when I ask Joseph to help out with level design. So he warned me ahead of time that he really doesn't know what he's doing. And then so I loaded up the lab that he was supposed to do stuff with. And I went to go open one of these cabinets. Both the cabinets fell over and then exploded.
I warned him I didn't know what I was doing, you know?
Oh,
You knew
jeez.
enough to make the cabinets explode. So that probably took him, I don't know, 45 minutes to put together. And the doors didn't go with it.
Yeah, it's just the back. Oh my
Oh.
God.
That's very nice.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut out. So,
Okay,
All right,
have
thank
fun.
you for joining, John. Appreciate
all right,
it.
Same time. Bye.
yeah, see you guys.
Yeah.
This is the amount of work that I had proposed at the beginning of the project, which stands up to what we've done, except all the percentages would be changed. Oh, so much crap. Programming,
What's that?
That's weird.
flashlight, injury system, forklift, the suit, rivet repair. That's not a thing. Look how small marketing is. This is where Maris lives.
That's me. Indie Green. There's Steam Greenlight. There's not even Steam on there.
There's not?
No, it just says Steam Greenlight. This was
That was
done.
before we were doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure this was done when you were guys were on Greenlight. We're working on getting on
Yeah.
Greenlight.
Oh no, this was before Greenlight. It was like I think this was right after I took investment money. It's like I better have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I spend most of my time doing, other than the level design part, which is just fun. Like John said, I mean, him and Allison spend all the time putting the art together, and then really setting them up in a level is just it's fun.
Right.
There's nothing hard about it. It's all aesthetical. So, I mean, there's some thought that goes into things being in a functional location, or if it's connected to a puzzle or a mechanic or something. But mostly, it's fun. It's like decorating a room or an area or whatever. There's not a lot of stress involved. That's the fun part. And then when you come down to the Kismet, this is kind of fun too, but really only when I run into trouble is it any fun, because then I have to figure out how to beat the system.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, it's just like, pulling lines and connecting boxes and then trying to wrap your head around multiple bool checks at the same time. That's when my brain breaks. Like, checking if something is true or false makes sense to me, but then checking again later on if that's true or false, or like the same one, then my brain starts to bend a bit. But I might be out of source material. That's not even my folder. Oh yeah, my folder's just got crap in it. I'll just go ahead and do Joseph's. No, I guess I can't. Wait. Yeah.
Wait, you made a folder for me too?
Yeah. You
Oh,
guys pay good attention to copy. This isn't Joseph's folder, but this is another like epic level of trolling, is that I just made a comment that he needs to make a custom Kismet node for me so I can just make the game.
Blame John. Get a job.
What?
The over the select variable. If you scroll over.
Oh.
New hobby, get a job, blame John, blame Allison. Hop a train, make a game.
Yeah.
Deny involvement. Devolve. Yeah, involvement.
What?
He can't even spell involvement. Deny involvement.
You don't have to be able to read good.
Or spell good. Oh my god. Go ahead with actually making the game.
Yeah, that's it. I guess these two Josephs don't equal each other.
I guess not.
There's a whole new node though that's make really good game, which
Oh,
is
okay.
different than this one. It has a 4K option in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a fancy buzzword from the game industry, which I guess means a high quality image. That's there's no such thing as a high resolution shot that's 40,000 by 40,000 or 4,000 by 40,000.
You're thinking 40K.
It's like 36 by 30.
It's close enough.
That's still a square. You don't want a square image.
No.
That's not going to look right.
Toggle God mode.
That's enabled though.
Yeah, notice it's enabled to him.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
God mode. So then it compares those objects and does A, this object, equal B, this object. If it does, then game over, roll credits, and profit.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it doesn't, we have to go through actually trying to make the game, prepare a map change, enable God mode to who? I guess that would be one of these global variables. I like new hobby.
I'm going to say blame John since he just left.
Yeah, I could just connect that to both the artists, I think.
There you go.
Just blame them. And I mean, their work is done. Like 90% of their work is done already. It's just up to the programmer and level designers now.
I think you should deny involvement.
I will deny involvement. I had another screenshot, but it's not really a screenshot. It's that meme of the aliens guy, but it just says arrows, which Joseph made because I would say that I recompiled the script and it had errors, but I'd be in such a hurry I would forget the other R, so it would just say arrows. And so Joseph made a meme for me.
So you took an arrow to the knee?
Yeah, or right to the code.
Mm.
I took an arrow to the code. It looks like John covered all of his stuff pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm done unless you had some questions.
I don't think I really have any questions per se. I know Joseph has some stuff to show off, I believe.
Yeah,
Other
right.
Joseph.
Me just, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Wilhelms. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And
Yeah.
look, we can see other Joseph.
On our own channel.
Yes, on our own channel. Thank you for being a special guest on your own channel.
Yeah, I probably won't be coming back, but that's because we ain't got no viewers on this channel. You're up, Marin.
All right.
And you're out of focus. Are you
Here's
using
funny.
an Xbox 360 camera also?
No, I'm holding it up with the Xbox 360 controller.
See, yeah, I think that's my problem too. Is that I'm using a 360 camera which has a focus ring on.
No, you said Logitech camera.
I have the
All right.
Logitech HD camera.
I used
nice.
to, but it started stretching my audio out. It was doing like what Joseph does on purpose. It was stretching everything out and making my video really laggy. I never figured out what was wrong with it. I gave it away. It worked perfectly fine for the second person.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you want me to share my screen and stuff?
Yes, please.
All right. So I guess I don't know. Beforehand, Joseph said to just get up stuff, old code, to kind of show off the bugs and stuff. The issue with that, as I discovered, is that my code is so intertwined with his level design that when I tried opening it up, like one of the current maps, nothing was as broken as it should be. I mean, it was broken, but it was broken in a bad way, not in the haha funny way. Because because the reason it wasn't working before was because a lot of the stuff isn't in there now, like with the toolbox and stuff that's in there now. So I can't actually show the bugs and glitches. I guess I do have this folder right here though that Joseph handily provided me with of old screenshots. Go through these, kind of a trip through memory lane with them.
We believe tomorrow starts today. All across the state, the economy is growing with creative new business incentives, the lowest taxes in decades, and new infrastructure.